All right, so this is my installation of the power stop. Brake pads and rotors. I got these from carid.com. Maybe you can get them from somewhere else, but this is what the rear passenger side looks like without the tire and the rotor and all that shit. As you can see, it's dirty as fuck. I had to hit the rotor 97 times with this big ass fucking hammer just to get the shit off. I thought I was never gonna do it, but this shit is dirty as fuck. Hit it with spray. So you got to make sure you got the right parts, which is always the most important thing. And this is a 2016 Scat Pack 392. It's an RT, but it has SRT stuff on it, like the Brembo, like the drivetrain and the engine. But when you order the parts, you may want to mention that they should use the VIN number, not the model trim, because I've had wrong parts from shops before, even including the dealership, and it's just because it's cataloged wrong. And I don't know if it's just this model year or if that was a Scat Pack issue, but here's what it looks like when it's on the rotor. And those are the pads. It says rear side pass side, so you can't fuck it up. Boom. And the pads are motherfucker. You got pins you got to deal with. Maybe a good idea, you can try this. Maybe you got a better way. Stick one of the bolts in. To hold the caliper. And then we're gonna take our power stop pads. They say you gotta put this lube on the back. I don't know how important that is, but I'll go ahead and do it. Just so I can say that I did. And then we're gonna slide these bitches in. This is where your pins are gonna go through these holes here. And unless you're an asshole like me, you're gonna get all the pistons down. If you're strong like bull, you can push them with your finger but if you're a pussy, don't do it. Kia. Special Japanese technique. Yeah. That's how you do it. And yeah, you should fit a little better now. And here's one. Get him to float in there a minute until you can get your pins through. It's kind of fucking annoying. And like I said before, these are the stock pins. These, you know, the clip that comes with, they work, but it ain't the same. I ain't gonna get into it. I already told you. You figure it out. So it's actually pretty easy to change the pads on these. I don't even think you'd need to take the rotor off, like if you were just changing the pads. And this goes over top like so. Get a bitch. Let me tell you. Get a baby hammer. That should help. This can actually go on next. It doesn't have to be there right now. I'm gonna go ahead and put my second bolt on the caliper. This one a bit. You basically got to have a wrench. You can't fit a socket in there. Maybe you can, but I can't. And if you can, well, good for fucking you. And remember when you're screwing but towards you, righty tighty, lefty loosey may appear opposite, but it is not. Now, all you've got to do, slide that bitch there, and then we're gonna take the other pin, and it's gonna hold everything together. It's crazy, right? A fucking pin holds all this shit together. Yeah, that's it. Engineering, bro. Don't take much sometimes. Fucking little piece of plastic will hold a fucking boat. Be surprised. Just gotta lever it and wedge it. All that shit. Do some math. Do math. Alright, that's it. Ain't the prettiest thing you've ever seen, but you know what? It fucking works. Just gotta tighten these bolts with the caliper, put the wheel back on, and that's it. Okay, so I'm changing the pads and rotors on my Scat Pack 392. What's new? And the Power Stop Extreme on the brake pads and the Power Stop rotors drilled and slotted. I want you to see the fit of these pins. This is the stock pin right here. Fits nice and smooth, seated all the way through. This is the pin that they come with. That shit doesn't go through all the way. And I don't use them because, I don't know, you look at it. That looks like it's secure. That doesn't. So I don't know if anybody works at Power Stop, maybe you need to take note of this, or anybody else that's gonna put these Power Stop brakes on your car, just reuse the old pins for your pads, because I'm sorry, they just don't, the new ones that they come with, they look the same, but they don't fit. I mean, look, they are slightly different, and I'm sorry, I just don't feel like it's safe. What if that fucker slips out of there when I'm going 100 miles an hour? I don't want to know what happens. It's probably bad. Just want to let you guys know, it's a typical brake job. I mean, if you don't know how to do Brembos, I'll try to make a quick tutorial on the other side. There we go. See, stock pin's nice and seated. Looks secure. I use the Power Stop brake pads and the clip, but you know, and I lube it like it shows, but I reuse those stock pad pins. They just look like they fit better.